In 1964, Alabama Governor George C. Wallace delivered a speech titled "The Civil Rights Movement: Fraud, Sham, and Hoax." It was a public declaration of his opposition to racial integration and civil rights legislation during the height of the civil rights movement. Wallace didn't just oppose federal civil rights laws. He openly framed the entire movement as a conspiracy against white Americans, particularly those in the South. Wallace had already made national headlines in 1963 for standing in the doorway of the University of Alabama, attempting to block black students from enrolling. But his 1964 speech went even further. He claimed that the civil rights movement wasn't about justice or equality, but about federal tyranny and communist infiltration. He positioned himself as the voice of states' rights, a phrase often used to defend segregation. In the speech, Wallace accused the federal government of abusing its power by interfering in state affairs and trying to socially engineer racial integration. He framed black-led activism, from peaceful protests to demands for voting rights, as unlawful, un-American, and dangerous. This wasn't just political rhetoric. It was part of a broader resistance by white leaders who saw their power slipping away in the face of black demands for freedom. Wallace's message resonated with many white voters. In fact, this speech helped him become a major figure in the segregationist movement nationwide. By using fear, misinformation, and racial resentment, Wallace gained support beyond the South, including in northern states that were also wrestling with racial tensions. But while Wallace portrayed the civil rights movement as a hoax, the truth is that black Americans were facing brutal realities: bombings, lynchings, voter suppression, school segregation, and police violence. His speech wasn't about defending democracy. It was about maintaining white dominance and suppressing black liberation.